So you just got your health report back. You're flipping through the pages and you land on the liver function section. It's just a wall of acronyms and numbers, and maybe, just maybe, some of them are highlighted in red. It can be a little intimidating, right? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and make sense of that page. Let's get into it. Yeah, seeing things like SGOT or SGPT next to a number that's outside the so-called normal range, it can definitely make your heart skip a beat. What do these letters even stand for? Is something seriously wrong? That's a totally normal reaction, and it's exactly why we're breaking this down today. Look, the whole point of this is not to replace your doctor. Absolutely not. It's to give you the tools to understand what you're looking at. By the end of this, you'll have a way clearer picture of what these tests are all about, so you can walk into your doctor's office ready to have a really good conversation. All right, first things first, before we can understand the story, we've got to meet the main characters, right? Let's decode these acronyms you're seeing on that liver function report. Okay, up first is SGOT, which you might also see listed as AST. The way to think about this one is as a kind of general alarm system. Sure, it's in your liver, but it's also hanging out in your heart, your muscles, even other organs. So if this number is high, it's a flag that says, hey, look closer, but it doesn't immediately scream liver. Now, SGPT, or ALT, is a bit more of a specialist. While you can find it in other places, it's super concentrated right inside your liver cells. And because of that, when doctors see a high SGPT level, it's a much more specific clue that the issue might actually be with the liver itself. And then there's bilirubin. So your body is a fantastic recycling machine. It's constantly breaking down old red blood cells, and bilirubin is this yellowish stuff that's left over. A healthy liver acts like a top-notch filtration plant. It snags that bilirubin from your blood, works its magic, and then sends it on its way out. This test, basically, is a report card for that filtration plant. And this is where the details get really cool. See, bilirubin isn't just one thing. It comes in two forms. If your indirect bilirubin is up, it might mean too many red blood cells are breaking down before they even get a chance to reach the liver. But if the direct bilirubin is high, that tells a different story. It suggests the liver did its job and processed it, but now it's stuck, can't get out, which could point to a clog or disease in the liver or gallbladder. So you've got your numbers, but what if they're just a little bit over the line? Is it time to panic? Well, not so fast. Before you jump to any conclusions, you have to know that these values are not set in stone. They can and do bounce around for all sorts of reasons. And this is just fascinating, right? So many normal, everyday things can nudge these numbers up. Had a couple of drinks the night before? Did a really killer workout? Even just gaining a little bit of weight can do it. And sometimes it has nothing to do with you at all. It could be that the blood sample itself got damaged along the way. Context is everything, and it's why a single high number usually just leads to another test. Okay, so what if it's not a one-off thing? What if the numbers are high and they stay high, even when you retest? Well, this is when your doctor starts to play detective, using these numbers as clues to figure out the bigger picture. Hepatitis, which is just a word for liver inflammation, is often a top concern. And this table really shows you how the degree of elevation tells a story. A small but stubborn elevation, say in the 50s or 60s, might suggest a chronic condition that's not very active. But when you see numbers shooting way up into the hundreds or even thousands, well, that's a big sign of something acute or much more severe happening. Now, listen to this because it's completely counterintuitive, but so important. In the absolute most severe cases, like fulminant hepatitis where the liver is failing fast, those super high enzyme levels can suddenly start to plummet. And that doesn't mean things are getting better. It means so many liver cells have already been destroyed that there are hardly any left to leak enzymes. It's a really, really serious sign. But hey, remember our friend SGOT, the generalist enzyme? It's a good reminder that high liver enzymes don't automatically equal a liver disease. A smart doctor is going to look at everything because plenty of other issues can make these numbers climb. And it all comes down to the pattern. It's like detective work. For instance, during a heart attack, the damaged heart muscle floods the blood with SGOT, sending that number way up, but the liver-specific SGPT might be totally normal. On the other hand, something like shock, maybe from major blood loss, can starve the liver of oxygen, causing both enzymes to spike dramatically. See? Different patterns, different clues. And the list of possible culprits goes on. We're talking a blocked bile duct, an overactive thyroid, certain kinds of anemia, even some medications can tick off your liver. Or the problem could be in your muscles and have nothing to do with your liver at all. It's just a wild reminder of how connected everything in our body really is.
All right, so you have your report, you've got a little more understanding. What do you actually do now? Well, the next part is all about working with your doctor and digging a little deeper.
It's a pretty logical process. First, you give your doctor all that context we talked about: lifestyle, meds, recent health stuff. Then, based on that conversation, they might order more tests, maybe more blood work, maybe an ultrasound to get a look at things. And from there, it's all about following their advice, whether it's immediate treatment or just keeping an eye on things with regular checkups. If there is one thing, just one thing, you take away from all this, please let it be this: your health report is not a judgment. It's not the final word. It is a set of clues. It's the starting whistle for a conversation between you and your doctor to figure out what's really going on. Getting a handle on your liver function tests is a huge step, but it's really just one chapter in the book. That whole report is a snapshot of your health, and it's packed with clues. So what other parts are you curious about? Learning to read it is the first step in being your own best health advocate.